Hey, what's up everyone? This is the VG Purist. I'll be coming at you with a gameplay review of Stellaris, and this is going to be developed by the people of Paradox Development Studio. And so these guys know a thing or two about grand strategy genres. They made the Europa Universalis series, and so this does have that with a touch of space exploration at its core. It's going to feature deep strategic gameplay, an enormous diverse selection of alien races, challenging gameplay that rewards interstellar exploration as you discover, interact, and learn more about the multitude of species that you encounter during your travels. And so definitely, as it stands right now, the base game, it is definitely worth every single penny that you're going to pay for this. Now definitely, there are going to be some shortfalls, some things that you can see that needs a little bit more depth, but as per the usual for these 4X games, they will come out with more stuff in DLCs, even more patches coming up. And with Paradox's really good history with their Universalis series, then I have no doubt that they're going to come out with some more content for you to sink your teeth into. But right now, yes, pick this game up. So let's go ahead and get right into it. As you can see, you can start off as one of 8 starting nations, or should I say empires. You can even create your own new one, and that's going to be really cool here. And you can choose what kind of government you want. What here, get the indirect democracy, or even the plutonic or plutocratic oligarchy. And you can even choose the government and ethics. So if you want to be a xenophobe or individualist, you can definitely do that, and you can choose that and get the ethic points. And you have to take what, 3 good ones and maybe 1 bad one to actually get the full usage, or you can just go and choose maybe just 2 of them. That'll be your choice right here. You can choose whatever the name is, your traits, ruler, and even the type of flag. All this really great stuff. But we're not going to dive right into that as much because we don't want to bog ourselves down. Let's go ahead and just choose something real easy. And we're going to choose the United Nations of Earth. And we are going to be xenophiles because we love aliens. We just want to hug and snuggle them, right? And we are going to be fanatic individualists though. So energy credits plus 20%, but no slavery tolerance. We don't like those slaves. Especially from being from Africa, right? I mean, hey, come on. Come on, guys. We don't need none of that. So this is going to be the starting weapons that you can have. The nuclear missiles. And then this is going to be the one of 3 types of ways that you can get around in the universe. You have warp travel, and then the wormholes, and then one other one that kind of escapes me at the moment. And then this is your ships that you're going to have. So let's go ahead and select it up. You can choose what kind of universe you're going to start off with. And definitely I do recommend going for the medium because it is quite large. And the elliptical is going to be the normal. You can go for the ring or something like that, or spiral, but definitely stay with the elliptical, and then AI empires and the advanced AI starts. And this is really so that you can have some challenge along the way. For the AI is going to be a good difficulty for you. And then there's only going to be normal, and then hard, or just insane. So no easy mode. Definitely start off with normal mode if you're going to be a beginner at any of these games. Heck, even if you are going to be well versed like myself here, then just go ahead and start off normal. There's so much things to learn in this game. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. Beautiful pictures, beautiful artwork, and music is lovely enough, but I do find myself that I'm probably going to turn this music off in a little bit. But for right now, it does have that really great theme. Gets me right into that space exploration theme of it all. So again, here the traits. I am quick learner, so I get 25% to leader gain, and then my migration times minus 50%, and then I have continental preference. So these are the things I need to really be able to jump from world to world. So right away it starts off pause and no tutorials because hey, you know, I know what I'm doing. But for right now, we are going to be taking a look at the world, and we are going to be starting off, as you can see, at the far right side. It's actually a pretty good place to start off with. Not starting off in the center, because I've started off in the center, and that's when you're going to get into a lot of fights, I notice. But for right now, yes, you definitely want to go into the Earth and take a look at your surface here. So this is going to be just like how civilization is. The more food you have, then the faster the growth rate of the population is going to be, and therefore you will be able to populate any one of these tiles here. So your starting one is going to be pretty good. It's going to be a 4x4 tile, 16 squares, but there are going to be different types of planets with lots of different other squares. Some of them are kind of like L-shaped, and there's other ones where it's just 25 squares. It could be huge, so they aren't all going to be the same at all. And then they have also adjacency bonuses, as you can see right here. So here this is where the capital is basically, and so the humans are going to get not the humans, but this food is going to get extras here due to the being very close to the city, as well as this being extra energy as well. So the things you have to look out for and what you're going to spend is going to be very simply the energy, and then the minerals, and then the influence. And all three of these are very important, as well as having the physics research, society research, and as well as the engineering researches. So that's three things that you have to research, and that is extremely important. And on top of that, there are advisors here that you could choose from, or actually here what they call the contacts. Actually, let's see here. Let's try to get to the leaders, in fact. So these are different type of leaders. So you got scientists, governors, admirals, and generals that you can choose from. So right away you do start off with a nice good bit. 1 for your science vessel and 3 for the research. And as you can see, you can get some more and recruit up some. And you get military theory, and then carefree, and then here it does research the anomalies a lot better. So these are the things you definitely need to get. Admirals for the military ships, and then generals for the land-based armies. But I haven't really used them as much. Probably going to be using it at the later game, but not in the early game. And I've already played about, what, 20 hours worth? And definitely you are going to have to make use of every single bit. So here I have Orietta Oliveri. She's a spark of genius, so research speed is going to be 10%. But if I do a military theory, and it's going to be denoted by the icons here on the right side, then if I also research a military theory, then it will be a lot faster research for me. So that's something to really consider. But what I'm going to do here is that I am going to remove the research, and I'm actually going to get this guy out the way. Society research. Oh man, I really want to get the new worlds here. And then leader experience gain. This might not actually be a really good choices here for me. And you might actually go and think about getting some new researchers. But for right now, I'm just going to go with, let's see here, we're going to go with the power plant. And we are going to go for the colony ship right here. And I see here, because he is not as good with this. And I'll show you this. This is colony ship, so it has this flag right there. So you can go for the military theory, and as you see, it goes to 14%. So if he's going to be researching the same thing that he's really good at, it jumps in speed. So definitely want to watch out for that. But since I really want this colony ship, I'm going to go and research that instead. And here, this one's going to be very terrible. So we're going to research something that only costs 240 research. So as you see here, each month I get +5, and so that's just how long it's going to take to actually get it. So I don't want to research this middle one there, because it'll take forever for Fernando Alonso to actually get this. So let's go ahead and just pick this mining network, and we are going to go for the colony ship right there. So it's still paused at the moment. And now that I talked about the Earth, now let's go ahead and take a look at my ship that's going to be building everything. So the spaceport is what I'm going to be building. These are the ones that I'm going to be looking at. So Earth is going to be the one that really helped me out on the surface to get me more minerals or even energy, and the food will just really help the population on the planet itself to populate, right? So this is really good. You definitely want to get as many of these worlds as possible, because these are the ones that really gives you a lot of resources in the long run, and not just the planets. And you'll see that in just a moment here. So as I am going to go and put my science vessel, and then there we go, it's going to be Longzhou there, and we're going to be going in and doing research, and we're going to do survey system. And as you can see, it is going to be jumping all around the whole area here and researching everywhere and surveying. So when it does the survey, this is going to be the science ship, and it could find some anomaly, pretty much like goody huts in Civilization, and they could be really nice things for you. Could help you in research, could help you finding other things, could just plain give you extra research points. You never know what the heck it's going to get you. And now I am going to give a fleet, and I'm not going to assign a general as of yet because that is going to be draining my resources. You can only have, what, 10 leaders in the beginning here, and looks like it is going to be 10 leaders, so I don't want to go and put too many guys out there. And plus, the leaders, they do learn stuff, but if you don't use them, say a admiral in battle, then they become lethargic. They begin to lose modifiers, so that's something to consider as well. Your advisors actually level up, and they will get better, but if you don't use them, then they actually get even worse. There's all kinds of little things, little nuances to this game that really puts a lot of emphasis on this game, that it is extremely in-depth, loads of things to actually think about. And here, as you can see, the graphics pretty darn nice, especially when you get zoomed in here, 3D-ness. I feel like I am flying. I really do. Look at this. This is absolutely beautiful, absolutely wonderful here, and I just cannot tell you how impressed I am, especially coming from EU4, and it's just basically just, you know, colored maps basically, and here it's just this nice big 3D universe. Certainly that's just the 2D background, but the asteroid belt here, the planet Jupiter looking quite nice. Quite nice here. So let's go ahead and take a look at the universe real quick. Look at that. Is this the Milky Way as we know it? Probably so. We are going to be in the universe of Sol even, because we did choose the human race to begin with. We can actually speed up the speed as well. Hit the plus sign and then make it go really fast now, and we're going to do that. And we have our fighters trailing the science ship at the moment. Then in the beginning, it's kind of nice and simple and easy, but then later on, when you start to expand and get a bunch of planets, it is going to be a lot more difficult. But that does make it a lot better for you to actually manage, because you can only have an effective control of 5 planets, and therefore they do want to make it to where you are going to be dealing out a bunch of vassals basically that will work for you. So here we go, demographics, and we're going to create a vassal right there, but we need to own more than just one planet to actually create a vassal. But once we do that, then this is kind of where EU4 kind of comes into play, or actually Europa Universalis in general. So I'm going to pause it real quick. As you can see, these are the planets here, and this is all random. This is going to be like my 4th time actually starting up and playing it, because the first couple of times it was just a learning phase, but my 3rd time was my real actual go at it. So this is my 4th time going at it right here, and as you can see, this is all different. The minerals here are just different. Last time I had just a bunch of barren planets that didn't really have much for me to actually mine, but here Juno 3 is actually going to give me 3 minerals if I put a mining station on here with my construction ship right here. So the mining ship, it costs 90 minerals to actually make it. So there we go. I can actually queue it up here and hold shift and make it to where it bounces back and forth. There we go. And it is going to show me exactly what it is going to be making now. So I'm going to be continuing on with here, and as you see, lots of stuff here. And before, what right here, Saturn actually had in my other gameplay stuff that I could put things on, but not in this gameplay here. So every time you play, even though I'm playing the human race again, it's going to be randomized in resources. So that's going to be the really great thing about this game, is that even every star system that you're going to meet up, sure, this is going to be the same, Alpha Centauri, Bernard Star, and things like that, but it is going to be a little bit more different the next time you play, because the resources are going to be in different spots. And that is pretty good. That is really great thinking here by the devs, because, you know, we're going to play this game way more than just one time. And this game is going to take you quite a long time to beat, because I played, well, I think 10 hours straight almost. Yeah, I'm losing a little bit of sleep here, guys. You got to forgive me. But, I mean, so far, so good. What, the winning conditions is either beat up all the other AI or take up about, what, 40% of the stars. And as you can see here, what, there's, in the beginning when I chose, there's, what, 600 stars, and I got to take 40% of that. That is quite a bit. Quite a bit indeed. And so definitely you need to be able to expand and move along quickly as she goes. And that's why it's called grand strategy. You're not going to beat this in 10, 20 hours. It's going to take you quite a long bit to actually play one time through. So there, my system is going to be surveyed in Seoul, and these are all going to be the stuff that I found. And now I'm actually going to go and take my science ship and move on to, let's say, Alpha Centauri, and then survey the system there. And I'm going to have my fighter escorts with them, and they're going to warp on out over there. Let's go ahead and take a look at Alpha Centauri. And as you can see there is a lot of planets for my science ship to actually survey and make here through. And there we go, leader is going to gain a level, and he's going to now be 3 stars in skill. They're going to be maxing out at 5 stars, and because of that, the research speed will be 6%, a lot better. Anomaly fail risk, though, is going to be at minus 10%. So if there are going to be any anomalies that I'm going to find here soon, then I won't fail them as easily as, say, some other one that doesn't have that fail risk. So let's go ahead. Mining station is going to be complete, and if each mining station does cost a little bit of energy, so I got to make sure that I am on top of that. So here we're going to make sure that we are, and we are going to be building here. And this is going to be one of the things you can and need to do, is that you need to build power plants to actually get your population here. The population is 28 of 45, so soon I will actually be able to benefit. But I can benefit right away with 2 extra power if I move here 4 minerals, who's actually mining the 4 minerals to get 2 energy if I really needed it. But in the beginning, I definitely want to get the minerals. And the influence points is going to stack up on its own, but later on, when I am going to be expanding, then I am going to be using up influence, and that is really hard to get, the influence points. So don't discount that and think, oh, you know, I don't really need influence. You definitely need that, especially in the much later game. Here we go, and we may not be alone out here. Society research gain, so I'm going to get 60 just for nothing, and because of that, my society research is going to jump big time because of that. So before it was kind of at lower numbers, but now it's going to be a lot higher than that. So these are old ones here, and there we go. Anomaly is actually going to be found with my science vessel, and I am going to be researching it, and a whole bunch of pop-ups are going to be popping up. One of the things you have to really look out for is the situation log, and right now I got nothing, so don't worry about that right now. But definitely lots of things pop up, and the situation log is where you're going to see everything. And so definitely, if this lights up, you want to be able to click on it and do whatever it needs. Research it. If it wants researching, research it. If it wants you to go somewhere, because these are the things that will really help push you along and be able to get a lot of good stuff for you. Let's go back to Seoul. Right here, construction complete. Alright, so now Earth is going to be fixed up here. Let's go ahead and pause it once again. Right now I got it on really fast mode. So right now the production is not working for me, but that's okay. I don't necessarily need it at the moment. I already just pre-built it, as it were. And let's go ahead and get over here to EO. Let's get my construction ship and build a mining station here, and then build a research station. So here, this is going to give me an extra engineering research when I do put a research station there. So pretty good stuff. And then after that, let's get over here to Neptune. Oh look, we don't got enough minerals to actually do anything. And here's the anomaly right over here. So as soon as my science ship is going to be done, I'm going to float over here to the anomaly and take a look at what it's going to be all about. So let's go ahead and let this finish up, the science ship. Let it finish up its survey. The surveys don't really take that long, and so I'm not really worried about it. And the next thing I want to do here is I'm going to get to my spaceport, and I'm going to build here an extra science ship whenever I do get the minerals, and I'm going to be getting it in just a moment. There we go. Let's go ahead and build one up. And you always want to get at least 2 science ships in the beginning, because you really want to go and take a look at all of the solar systems around you as soon as possible. And that will also grant you more of those anomalies, basically, like I said, those goodie huts. And so you will be able to benefit definitely in the short run to get a whole bunch of those out. So here we go. Oh, okay, great. My population's almost grown here, so I'm going to get a lot more energy, and then this will pop up to 8 pretty soon. Alright, and that's going to be great because I'm building up a lot of stuff here. As you see here, I'm going to be getting that research going, and then after that, getting a Neptune going as soon as I get more of the minerals. looks like Alpha Centauri is going to be done. So the nice thing here is that, okay, so I am going to be switching back and forth a lot between the star systems, but the one thing you gotta realize is that, okay, I need my science ship, so I'm just gonna click over here. You can double click it right here and it'll go straight to my science ship. You can actually even just double click down here, or actually this is assigned to the 1 button, so if I double tap the 1 button, then it will get me back to my home planet real quick. So let's go ahead and get to my science ship right here, and then right click on it and then research, and then I have no risk, so I'm guaranteed to get whatever this goodie hut is gonna give me, basically. So let's go ahead and get that going. And actually, since I have my science ship still selected afterwards, I'm going to go ahead and survey the system afterwards, so I won't be able to miss out on anything at all. So let's go ahead and get my construction ship over to Neptune, build that mining station so I get in on extra 2 energy credits. And we do have a unidentified flying object here somewhere in the system, and unfortunately I clicked off on it too quickly, so we're not going to see it. But there are going to be roaming aliens everywhere, so we're not going to see that right now. Unfortunately, I kind of clicked off on it. But they do have things that will come and attack you if you are going to be floating a little bit too close to them. Just a little bit, not too much. You know, just a tip. We are going to be taking the habitable world survey. Commendable. Alright, and let's go ahead. An anomaly on the moon Triton shows traces of interstellar travelers, and they left too long ago, so we're going to continue to investigate. Let's find them. So let's see here, commendable initiative. So here we can do one of 2 choices, and yes, we're going to begin the habitable world survey event chain. So let's go ahead and do that. And the nice thing here, the habitable world surveyed, all I need to do is survey 8 worlds that is habitable, and then I'll be able to finish this. And then once I do, then I'll go on to the next chain of events. Alright, my research is going to be complete, so there we go. And now let's go ahead and research this. This will give me extra 5% research, so that'll be really great. Contact report, remnants, intelligent life taunts with poignant absence. And let's see here, traces of Triton. Okay, so that was basically my goodie hut. So that was showing me what happened not too long ago. Let's go ahead and pause it real quick as I decide what research I'm going to do. So here, Fernando Alonso is not going to be really good up on the research speed, but I'm still going to get the nano composite armor. There we go. Actually, this is 360. Let's go for the 240. No, I don't want a defense platform. Nothing's going to really attack me at this moment. So let's go ahead and get the nano composite armor so that we can have better ships. And as you see here, the situation log is lit up at the moment, and this is what I need. So victory again. This is the domination victory. 40% of all colonizable planets, or the conquest victory, where you just subjugate or conquer all of the AI. And there's 17 other independent empires at the moment. So doesn't sound too bad, right? But like I said, there are 600 star systems in the Milky Way, and wow, that's a lot to actually take a look here. Alright, so I have 3 of 13 ships, and I should probably build up my ships a little bit more, but right now I really want to just have my construction ship just go over here. And since I did go and survey all of Alpha Centauri, let's go ahead and just have it to where I'm going to just build mining stations out there. Interesting. And okay, as see here, this is my sphere of influence from Sol. So Alpha Centauri is going to be underneath my sphere of influence, so I can just build straight up there. But if I go outside of there, even though I can survey the star systems out here, I cannot start building out there as of yet. So that is the difference. So there are signs of activity by ancient precursor civilization in this habitable world. So let's go ahead and research it. That is going to be another anomaly. And there we go. This is what I'm talking about. Alien vessels right here. And we need to investigate these guys. So let's go ahead and research it. Investigate the kitsunes, and we are going to take that chance to do it. So let's go ahead and do it. And when I get the research for that, then it will take my guy who is going to be the society researcher into it, and he's going to be investigated. So it's going to be postponing this research right here, the colony ship, but definitely you want to make sure that these guys are all the up and up, because they could jump you, or they could just be neutral, or they could be really bad. They could just be the other independent nations. You never know what the heck they are. So we are going to be finding an anomaly right there, and I can check that out a little bit later on. And my survey ship is going to be over here. There we go. And I think he is going to be out over here. He's still going to be surveying. So let's go ahead and make sure that I'm going to be researching this. It's already performing this order. Okay, so I actually did that already. So good stuff. So I see plenty of stuff to do in this game, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. Lots of stuff you can do. You can just subjugate a alien race that's not even one of the independent nations. So when you go and hit up a planet and they're just too primitive, then you can actually go and just observe them, or you can actually enslave them, make them work for you, stuff like that. It's all kinds of really great stuff. And then the ship designer here, you could just design your ship a la what, the Endless Legends, you know, it's just stuff like that. You can just get the new design. I want to make a new Corvette, so there you go. I can make a selection here. I can get the Interceptor Core, Striker Core, or the Shifter Core. Or if you just, you know, don't want to be bothered with that, then go ahead and auto-generate my designs. It's, you know, whatever you want to do. You can even get a new warp drive, combat computer, chemical thrusters, stuff like that. Oh, just all kinds of really great stuff. And there's so much to go over. I fear that I'm just missing a lot of stuff, but I mean, really, you just have to pick this game up. You really just have to just pick up and go and see for yourself, because really, I can only talk so quickly about this game. Pick this game up. Stellaris, really great game. You will not be disappointed. And with that, this is the VG Purist. Hope you guys have enjoyed this gameplay review. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like my videos, and hopefully, I'll see you guys next time.